Know when you know, and you will know. When you see the right house, you'll definitely know. You'll walk in and you'll have all the emotions, you'll have a wonderful experience, you'll want to go home and buy it right now. If you have 5 more that you want to see, you won't want to see those. You'll know. You'll just know when it's the right house. Herein lies the problem. Sometimes your logical brain tells you, no, that's too fast. It's only the 3rd house we've seen. There's so many more. There's many, many more. So maybe we shouldn't jump in and put an offer in on that particular home. Well, let me tell you a little story. Way back in the day, I had a young couple looking for a home. We saw, I think the first day, maybe 5 or 6 houses, but the third one really, really got them. And they walked in and everything suited them perfectly. The layout, it was open concept, it was a split level, it was a back split in fact, had a nice oversized single car garage. It was in the right area of town, close to everything they were looking for. It was relatively new. And they had their parents with them. And what ended up happening is the parents, giving good counsel, said, maybe you ought to look at more homes. So we went out and they were disappointed because they wanted to go ahead and put an offer in on that particular home. But what ended up happening is we saw houses for about 3 or 4 more weekends. I think we ended up seeing 30 properties. And after that, they reflected back on all the properties that they saw and they came back to the 3rd one. And it was in that moment that I realized, it doesn't matter if it's the 3rd or the 30th. You should really just make a decision when it feels right. You have to do your due diligences and make sure that you put the right conditions in to protect you and have a home inspection if that's important to you and make sure you can get your financing and all that stuff, but act to make sure you don't lose the home that's right for you. Because what ended up happening, they asked me to go back and check on this house, the 3rd one that we saw, and it had sold. So all of a sudden now, everything was pale in comparison. They did end up finding a home, but it wasn't like the 3rd one that they saw. So the moral of the story here is, if you see something that you like, take action. Do all your due diligences, but take action, because you may very well miss it and not be able to replace the home that was right within your grasp. I hope this information was useful, and thanks for checking in.